Anybody in here repping a color? Who repping a color? I guess you was right. I guess really ain't nobody legitimately repping a color. Because if they was repping a color or repping a set, they would have to tell me. Because you have to be proud of your set. You got to be proud of your set. What they got up here? MOB? Is that what it is? MOB?
Ain't no MOB.
Ain't no MOB? What is it now? Right. So you just exposed your whole hand.
It ain't, but I don't know what it is.
Did I ask you that? I asked you if there was a set up here. All I can say to you is this. If you think that set, if you think that facade, that whatever you want to call it, loves and cares about you, please. I was upstate with some of the hardest Crips and Bloods that I do not want to be around. And I'll fool with anybody. And guess what? They all say the same thing. My set don't love me. My set ain't going to do this time for me. See, you realize that you live in an area that you've already been labeled. You understand that, right? You realize because you're a PATH client, you've already been labeled, right? You understand that? You realize that you're on juvenile probation. You've already been labeled, right? Do you know the most powerful thing my probation officer has ever said to me in my life? See, I go through some personal struggles myself. I'm a recovering addict. I'm an organized crime felon. You understand what I mean? It took me 1.5 years to find legitimate work that paid me over $9 an hour. And I'm a skilled mason. It took me 1.5 years to just find an employer who would sit down and talk to me. Do you know how hard that was? But do you know the strongest thing he ever said to me? He said, Mike, you're viewed as a second-class citizen. Do you know that? Do you know that as a probation and a parolee, in the eyes of the system, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to degrade the system, but this is called living in reality, so I promised them I wasn't going to fake the funk with them. Do you realize that the chances for you to become an adult and be on parole and probation just went up? But it doesn't have to be that way. You can change now. You can stop getting high now. You can stop stealing now. What are you on probation and parole for? Nah, you're the good kid. Stay that way. You can stop swinging on people now. You can stop stealing clothes now. Or you can stop looking for love in all the wrong places now. Do you know that? Do you know that each one of your lives in here is worth more than you might give yourself credit for? Why not be the exception? Why not be the person that exceeds and goes above and beyond? Why not achieve? Why not strive for more? Who's got goals in here?